lush greenery that characterises Chengdu is fed by the Jin River, and its people warmly embrace the culture that's made it one of the most popular cities in China. The infrastructure's 21st century, and a little tasteful commerciality never hurts. Welcome to our continuing live coverage of the BWF Thomas & Uber Cups 2024, and today we complete the quarter-final lineup. Our venue is the Chengdu High-Deck Zone Sports Centre. It's a magnificent facility. We've had great crowds all week, actually, especially considering that the morning sessions have started at 9:30. That is the time now here in Chengdu as we move inside the arena. Well, here's the draw for the Uber Cup, the women's event. China will play Japan in the semi-final tomorrow, that much we know. We don't know the other semi. Our match will be Indonesia versus Thailand, and on court 2, Chinese Taipei will face Korea for the final semi-final spot. Indonesia-Thailand then coming up in the women. The quarter-final starts very, very shortly, and then this evening we switch to the men Thomas Cup quarter-final, Chinese Taipei against Denmark. That's at 5 o'clock. Choreography probably by Apriyani Rahayu, not sure. Gregoria Tunjung will lead off in the singles for Indonesia. A strong all-round lineup, especially because Rahayu will be reunited with Ramadanti in the doubles today, and that means Mayasari also back with her normal partner Sugiarto in the second doubles. Plenty of smiles for that Indonesia huddle. Now, what about Thailand? Well, Ratchanok Intanon will bring all her experience to the party here. She'll lead off in the singles. And they've got very solid players wherever you look, particularly in the first doubles with Kitty Harakul and Prajongjai. Singles aren't bad either. As well as Intanon, they've got the likes of Chochiwong on Bangrampan and Katethong as well. Tough decision to actually pick the lineup today for Thailand. Well, here is our lineup. We start with what should be a thriller. Gregoria Tunjung did for Yamaguchi on Wednesday, but she's lost all 8 previous meetings with Ratchanok Intanon. Can she buck the trend here? Then it's doubles. Olympic gold medalist Apriyani Rahayu, as I said, reunited with her usual partner Siti Ramadanti. They're ranked just 1 spot better than Kitty Harakul and Prajongjai. 19-year-old Esther Wardoyo almost beat Ayara Hori 2 days ago. Now another huge challenge against world number 16 Supanida Katethong. If required, we'll have the second doubles. Mayasari back with regular partner Ribka Sugiarto, but Nuntakana Imsad missing her sister, Fatimas Muanwong steps in. And if it goes to all, the tie will be decided when Komeng Dewey, who beat highly rated youngster Tomoka Miyazaki, faces world number 20, Busanan Ongbamrumpan. Well, 5 matches, and 5 matches that are pretty hard to call, truth be told. Players will be in the arena very shortly. My name's Trevor Harris, alongside me Chris Langridge, and Chris, this looks a very tough tie to predict, doesn't it? And particularly the first match, because we know how well Gregoria Tunjung's playing. We saw her win the other day really well against Yamaguchi, but she's never beaten Ratchanok Intanon in 8 attempts. I don't know how we evaluate that.
Yeah, which, you know, I have to say I was slightly surprised by. I think it's a case of they haven't played each other for some time, and the amount that Gregoria has improved over the last 12, maybe even 18 months is incredible. And we saw, you know, she played amazing the other day to be one of the best in the world, Yamaguchi. So I think this is going to be an absolutely, well, obviously very important game, but also an amazing game.
Well, we know how attacking Gregoria Tunjung is. Her instinct is to go hell for leather right from the start. And it'll be fascinating to see how Ratchanok Intanon deals with what's sure to be a Tunjung onslaught early on as she tries to put a stamp on the match. Mentioned that the head-to-head is 8-love in Intanon's favour, but they haven't met, as you see there, since the Olympics, which is 3 years ago, dearest Danny. Just adds another imponderable into the mix here. Well, we know that Intanon is totally unflustered. Whoever she plays, wherever she plays. Just outside the top 10 now, Ratchanok. Well, we're going to concentrate on Gregoria Tunjung first, who is inside the top 10. Currently ranked at number 9. She has been as high as 7. That was just under a year ago. 24 years of age. She actually joined the national team when she was 14 and then won the Junior World Championships back in 2017. Both her World Tour titles came last year. She won the Spain Masters, where she beat PV Sindhu in the final, and then an even bigger tournament, the Japan Masters, a Super 500, where she beat Chen Yufei, and that is the confirmation of that win she had over Yamaguchi. Absolutely brilliant, especially having dropped the opening game. She came back all guns blazing against the Japanese. On the other side of the court, Ratchanok Intanon, ranked at number 12. She was, of course, formerly world number 1. World champion at 18 years of age. That was more than a decade ago now, which shows you how long she...
Some of the teams have, some don't, where you can see every player played every single match as in from the top tier of their players. But yeah, it's a luxury to be able to have a day off in regard to then just focus on training and make sure you're in the best condition for the next match. Bertman
Hurambik is the chair umpire, and Lakpriya Adira Singh from Sri Lanka is the service judge. And so often the first match kind of just sets up the tie. And even though Intanon, as mentioned, has won all 8 previous meetings, on current form you might just give Tunjung the edge, but when you haven't beaten a player you've played a lot, there's always that little kind of psychological thing at the back of your mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Indonesia, represented by Gregoria Mariska Tunjung. On my left, Thailand, represented by Ratchanok Intanon. Thailand to serve. Love all. Play.
So Intanon will get this quarterfinal underway.
I think this first match is absolutely huge for the Thai. And here's a strange one, considering that Tunjung has never beaten her opponent. Just when you look at it, and they haven't played for so long, almost 3 years. It's amazing they haven't met in that time frame.
Immediate challenge from Intanon. That did look close. 2 challenges per game per player. If you're right, you keep it. And some early employment here for Hawkeye. Caught enough of the line.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining.
Well, that was Tunjun's attitude, tactics, and just the way she plays summed up there, that shot. And for the winner, really early in the rally.
Wow.
Fighting fire with fire.
Yeah, and so crisp the way it struck.
Service over.
She's always had, I mean, arguably you could say the most sort of relaxed hitting style in the women's game, Intanon.
She does hit it incredibly clean and crisp. Ratchanok's style is totally different to Yamaguchi's, so it's definitely going to be a totally different game out there today.
Serves over. 3-all.
Interesting, when you look down the order of play for this match, there's nothing that you could think that either nation would consider a banker. There just isn't. That's what makes it so fascinating.
Yeah, I would definitely say out of the quarterfinal ties for the Uber Cup, for me, this is the closest, probably the most exciting out of all of them.
Well, you know, with Gregoria Tunjung, she's never going to die wondering. Super shot from Tunjung.
Serves over. 4-all.
Both of these two ladies pretty attacking. Whenever they're getting a chance, show their overhead prowess.
Oh, yes. I think it was important, Chris, from Intanon's point of view, that she won that title in Spain in March, because you know they'd kind of dried up a little bit for her.
Yeah, and she'd had a bit of a tough time just with having a few injuries and a few setbacks and some tough draws. When you slip outside the top 8, it's tough just because, you know, you can have the top seed first round or the second seed first round. I think that's what happened, and it's so important, as you said, to get that brilliant shot, that win, to kind of get the confidence. And also it was a number of matches in a row, which is so important, because if you lose first round or second round, you just don't get that consistency of high-level match play.
Well, exactly the kind of start we expected here. Close, entertaining. Both players firing a succession of winners. Clever return from Tunjung.
6-all.
Thought about it, the line judge.
7-6.
No challenge.
8-6.
Good lift off that net. Very difficult to play that spin and be deceptive off the net shot that Ratchanok played. Good net shot there, and to try and hold that the way she did. Tough there from Gregoria.
Good pressure from Intanon, and there's the fan club.
Yeah, and I would say both ladies have a similar style. Very attacking, move the shuttle well, but more at speed rather than someone more like Yamaguchi who's a bit more defensive and happy to almost rally.
Yeah, never looked like this match was going to be full of 50-shot rallies between these two. Brilliant net play from both. And just long, and she's going to ask the question, Tunjun.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining.
But both of these two players, you know, the style they have, they really take the game on. Very creative, and that's what does make it such an exciting game.
Play.
Just missed it.
Serve 9-0.
Tunjun never going to get there, but just the wrong side of the line from Intanon's point of view. Would have been 4 points in a row had that been just fractionally more accurate. As it is, we're all tied up again, 9-0. Well, it's almost self-defense from Tunjun, but she did brilliantly to get that back.
Getting the one here, that's the risk. Just catch it wrong as she did. A lot of court you got to cover.
Well, the net cord didn't help Tunjun's cause, but Intanon still had to put it away, and did.
And they're both so accurate on there. As soon as they get half a chance, their attack's even better just because of the creativity they have as well. Reverse slice, straight slice, cross smash, straight smash, body smash, you know. You never know what you're going to get.
Nice from Tunjun, who has a slender lead at the mid-game interval, but just what we were anticipating from these two in the early exchanges. Nothing between them, really.
11-10. Play.
Unforced error has been few and far between so far. Almost had too much time to think about it. Was that the right shot, Chris?
I don't think there's anything wrong with the shot at all. I think it's just, you know, I think Ratchanok would have got it, but it's just, she would have been in even more pressure. So if we see here, short lift here, within reason she can do anything she wants. I think Ratchanok, yeah, you know, she would have got it, but the gap would have grown for the space on the court, and that's kind of the most important thing with singles, outmaneuvering your opponent to increase the gap, make it easier to then win the point. Power in the end here. Can't quite see, but you can see Ratchanok totally caught.
Well, punch and counter punch at the moment.
Yeah, and it really is. You can see there, Tunjung so late, fairly short lift, and then a little bit reactive on the defense. I think she tries to block it, but quality's not quite good enough. Both of these two working the rally until they get the opponent stretched out of position and they get that bigger gap to be able to attack into.
Just too much angle.
Both of these two, they're always trying to create something. That's why it's such enjoyable badminton to watch.
First time that Intanon has had a 2-point lead.
time one of these two seems to just pull away.
Yeah.
Other player pulls right back.
Well, we probably didn't expect anything else.
Pressure from Ratchanok. Good placement in the end.
17-15.
Thunjun does well there, but she's so forehand dominant. She's in that position. Good placement from Ratchanok just to go at the left shoulder.
Well, she's challenging. I'm not sure she's going to get any joy here. But you can see why she would do that. Such a tight first game, getting towards the business end of it. May as well ask the question.
Who's out? Good challenge.
17-all.
Probably say that's almost been the difference between the two at the moment, you know, centimetres.
So, grandstand finish building up here to this opening game at 17-all. That was a little wild from Intanon.
That's what you can see when you get to the later stages of a game or a match. Player just slightly forcing it and going a little bit early before the time's right. Incredible.
There was probably a millimetre, wasn't there, between the shuttle and the net.
Yeah, absolute perfection, and it made it so much harder for Ratchanok. When it just clips the tape, you can see it turning, and then it almost dies the shuttle. All the pace comes out of the shuttle.
Take it back, no millimetres.
Great pick up. Yeah. It was just too much. She was doing so well to stay in the rally, but...
Yeah, it was an exercise in escapology, wasn't it, from Thunjun? Did absolutely everything she could to get out of it, but in the end, just impossible to pick that up.
Yeah, and she was just consistently in so much trouble. She does so well to stay in the rally for as long as she does, but, you know, full stretch, impossible to get it.
Huge point right here. Thought about creeping over, decided not to. And here are 2 game points for the Indonesian. Oh, look at that. It was 3/4 of the way over.
And when we talk about fine margins, you know, that sort of sums it up.
Wow.
And Marvin sneaking out.
It might have been. She's asking the question here by challenging, but I think that's because she can. But I'm with you, Chris. I thought that was heading out from Intanon. So 1 game point saved, 1 to go.
No challenges remaining. Serves over. 19-20. Play.
How could this point would be so important for not just this game, this match, but the whole tie.
Absolutely fantastic. The pressure on that, game point down, and nails it on the line. Just don't know which way this game is going. Just when you think Intanon might have a spring in the step, she nets a relatively straightforward shot and gives Tunjung a third chance.
First game's been so well matched.
That's wide though, and that is the first game for the Indonesian. 22 points to 20. Could have gone either way. Tunjung came on strong towards the back end of it. And Indonesia strike first in this quarterfinal, 1-love.
Second game. Lawful. Play.
Well, the standard hasn't dipped any, has it?
No. Starting the second exactly how we had pretty much the first game. Lovely shot. Tried to reverse it there. Tunjung just take the pace out, but didn't quite take enough pace off it. Any chance they get to attack. Definitely neither of these two players are being passive.
over. 2-3.
Oh, wow. Big miss.
Yeah, that could prove quite an important point. Incredible net from Ratchanok slightly earlier. Good attack there. Just got it slightly wrong. Tunjung did really, really well to stay in that rally. Very effective. She's attacked. That's a good net. Great net shot. And you can see how short the lift is. Possible really to lift it, but almost feel there. Ratchanok, I mean, he's a very short lift, so it's hard to get back, but a little bit more susceptible down her backhand side. Seen 2 rallies where going for it so late on her backhand, maybe just not quite anticipating. It's quite close to her body.
That's a ridiculous angle.
It's what both players have. They have this kind of extra just creativity and skill. I mean, that's a lot more complicated than it looks. You catch that slightly wrong, you're in big trouble.
It's looked very sharp anywhere close to the net so far, Tunjung.
You feel in the second game, Tunjung just starting to read what Ratchanok's doing just a little bit better.
Well, wide from Tunjung, but another phenomenal rally.
Great pickup. Obviously, a very, very early stage of the second game, but we've already had 2 rallies where, for me, that's an incredible pickup. And the quality of it as well. There's 2 rallies that Tunjung's won where, realistically, she's almost got no right to win them.
One moment in the first game where Intanon had a 3-point lead. Other than that, it's just been 1 or 2 points between them the whole way through.
He's got an issue with a flash here.
It's wide.
Service over, 6-7.
She's threatened to do that a couple of times, actually, off the Intanon serve.
8-6.
Interesting to see if Ratchanok does change to a low serve. Just incredible finesse.
Serves over. 7-8.
Good turn there, and you can see she's not in a good position, as in she's not taking it early, or just a really good shot. This is the thing I think I do feel at the moment Ratchanok's producing something very special to win the points. And how long can she kind of continue to do that for? Again, phenomenal net. Maybe she can keep it going forever.
8-9. Thank you.
Trying a little too much there. Just too flat, slightly the wrong shot.
10-9.
You can see Ratchanok changes her foot position. She's ready to read it, to move to the rear of the court. And she has changed to the low serve last few rallies. I think it was a sensible thing to do.
Brilliant. 4 points in a row for the tie, and she leads by 2 at the mid-game interval. Wasn't the worst lift in the world, but it was just dismissed from her presence by Tunja.
So important for both players to try and get hold of this net. Because when either one of them's having to lift, the other one so dangerous on the overhead.
Sorry, my apologies. 11-all.
On the line, Misjudgment there from Intanon. I always think it's difficult to judge when it's just over the net like that.
Definitely seeing now a little bit more of a no-lift start from both players. Big emphasis here. Gregoria Tunjung there, holding the net, trying to hold the net. Don't want to lift.
Well, the first game following a the second game following a very familiar pattern to the first. There's nothing between them.
Good. And it's so close to core. I mean, pretty much the whole of the match so far has been nip and tuck. Biggest lead's probably been 3 points. Neither player's managed to stretch away. Great shot again. You know, the quality from both players on the overhead, it's just incredible.
Yeah, and Intanon has abandoned that high serve now after one of those got summarily dealt with by Tunjung.
Missed it, and this is the thing, you know, there was a 2-point lead, 14-12, straight back, 14-all. Absolutely brilliant. We're not seeing that yet in a match. You know, every time previously Tunjung's had the opportunity, she's obviously hit a downward shot, an aggressive attacking shot. That punch clear was played to perfection and so deceptive. Very, very clever shot from Gregoria Tunjung.
Yeah, who's now won 3 straight points, which in the context of such a close game is potentially significant. Remember, she needed 3 game points to eventually get over the line in the first game.
Just shows though in that rally how by having variation it is so dangerous. To hit a clean winner on a clear doesn't happen very often at all. Great pickup.
Standard is just ridiculous at times, isn't it? And Tunjung is playing with the confidence of a woman right at the top of the game.
60.
Not that Intanon's done much wrong.
Yeah, and this has been a very, very high-level game so far. It's been a joy to watch.
21 shots is the longest rally of the match. Tells you all you need to know about the attacking instincts of both women.
Yeah, and obviously you see a stat like that, it can go 2 ways. It can be there's quite a lot of unforced errors and we haven't had rallies, or there can be just finesse and great creativity and shot quality, and I would definitely say it's that. You know, overhead, net, everything has been to such a high caliber that that's what made the rally slightly shorter.
fantastic net play again from Intanon.
In the last net, she took so high, but still wasn't easy, but she was so much spin on it, it's impossible for Gregoria to be able to get that back. See how high she is on the spin. It's almost feathers that Gregoria strikes first.
So there's another 2-point lead that's evaporated. And it's literally shot for shot, point for point. And another test of nerve and character coming towards the conclusion of a tight frenetic game.
Absolutely brilliant from Ratchanok.
17-16.
Great net, and she holds a high base there. Brushed it off the net to absolute perfection. Makes it look so easy, looks so calm.
Thank you.
Definitely the physical side of things are going to kick in now. 44 minutes in, which isn't that long, but the intensity of the game's been very, very high. And it has literally been point for point the whole match so far.
Play.
Relentless when either player gets the chance, relentless attack with the quality consistently in the attack. As I said before, some of these rallies have been quite short, but it's just because the class is so high.
That time she second-guessed her.
It's just a good example of neither player really wants to lift unless they have to lift. Both trying to hold the net. It wasn't that loose, but Gregoria's read it really well. Just missed it. Now what a big point this is. Not just in this match, but in the whole tie.
It's huge, isn't it? That was an opportunity.
It was. Just feel the tension in the hall now, just boiling.
3 match points for Gregoria Tunjung to get Indonesia off to a flyer in this quarter-final.
And also the first time ever, if she could do it, for Tunjung to defeat Intanon. If she was to win this, this would be 2 humongous wins for Gregoria in the Uber Cup. What a pick up by Ratchanok though. Full stretch, incredible quality on that block.
Tunjung has finished up on the deck almost every other point. She won't care if she gets over the line here, but yeah. Never say die there from the tie. 1 saved, 2 to go.
Thank you.
They still believe. Just wide, and finally, at the 9th turn of asking, Gregoria Tunjung has beaten Ratchanok Intanon, and Indonesia have the lead, and it could be a precious one. Pulsating match. Both players were excellent, but Tunjung just had that extra edge. 21-18 in that second game, 48 minutes of high-class entertainment.
Yang ini berarti nggak cocok ya. Berarti jangan yang ini. Enakan yang biru ya. Yang dingin. Oke ya.
To say what a player Tunjung's turning into. It's truly incredible in the last year. She really is looking almost better each tournament. Can she continue this form for the next couple of months into the Olympics?
Well, she'll have the semi-final first tomorrow if Indonesia get through, but she's done her bit. Just the wrong side of the line. It has been a game, as Chris said earlier, of fractions.
And if we think back to the first game, obviously it was 22-20 to Gregoria. Do you remember that shot from Ratchanok that sat on top of the tape? It actually almost went over.
Three quarters over, wasn't it?
This is the thing, and the difference between those 2 players, it really was millimetres.
So coming up next, it's the first doubles, and this should be potentially just as good. Rahayu and Ramadanti ranked 9 in the world against Kitty Harakul and Prajongjai ranked 10 in a moment. warm welcome back. You're looking at the Tianfu Financial Centre Twin Towers in the business district at the south of Chengdu. The end of Josie Avenue, and they light them up at night spectacularly. And some light on there during the daytime as well. A lot of tourists come in the evenings. Entirely covered by LEDs, those two towers. It makes for a pretty spectacular sight when darkness falls. Been pretty spectacular in the arena here for the last 3/4 of an hour. So Tunjung is a winner. Now then, Rahayu and Ramadanti against Kitty Harakul and Prajongjai. I mentioned just one place between them on the world rankings. It's their 4th meeting. Indonesians lead 2-1 in the head-to-head, but tellingly, all 3 matches so far between these pairs have gone 3 games. But surely Rahayu and Ramadanti would have got a big lift from Tunjung's victory. Players are on their way. We saw Apriani Rahayu yesterday in her role as a chief drummer amongst the rest of the Indonesia squad. She wasn't playing, but back in today, a familiar pairing of Rahayu and Ramadanti. There's that
Ladies,
confirmation of the head-to-head.
What's your choice, black or red? Red. So black is belong to you. Black, you won. Kitty Harakul. Kitty Harakul will receive which side you want? Right side. And who will serve? Ramida. Okay.
Did you find, Chris, when you played in team events, if the singles player before you played had won, it gave you like a little bit of a lift?
Definitely, because, you know, even if the Thai girls try and deny it, they don't want to go 2-0 down. You know, the pressure then builds and builds, and if it's 1-1, okay, even, you know, back to the beginning almost, but if it's 2-0, if Thailand did go 2-0 down, the pressure then for the rest of the team just goes through the roof, and it's so hard to say what's going to happen in this game. I would say it's 50-50. The big question for me is, how fit is Rahayu? Is she fully fit? You know, they haven't played many tournaments this year.
Of course, the gold medalist in Tokyo with Gregoria Polly, now with Siti Ramadanti. They have been as high as 4 in the world, these two, currently ranked at 9. Won 3 World Tour titles as a pair, including the 750 Malaysia Open, and just the 1 match so far, and it didn't last very long. And their opponents from Thailand, Jongkolpan Kitty Harakul and Rawinda Prajongjai. Inside the top 10 just. They've been as high as 5. That was about a year and a half ago. Won a Uber Cup silver medal in Bangkok in 2018, plus they've both got a bronze from the last 2 editions. They've been playing together for a long, long time. First tournament win was back in 2015 at the Vietnam Open. And their first Super 300 title was 6 years ago at the Thai Masters. However, they haven't won a Super 300 or anything better since then. In fact, they won the Chinese Taipei Open the following year, but since then, No Super 300s or better. A couple of finals last year, though, in the Arctic Open and the French Open. So you certainly can't say they had a poor year in 2023. Armin Mayer, that's in the umpire's chair, from Iran, and Benjamin Kuo, Chinese Taipei, is the service judge.
Indonesia, represented by Siti Fadia Silva Ramadanti and Apriana Rahayu. And on my left, Thailand, represented by Ravina Prajanju and Jakapulfan Pititarapu. Indonesia to serve, Siti Fadia Silva Ramadanti to Jankapul Kitikaran, love all. Play.
Just get the feeling this might be as close as the first match was in terms of it was two games, but it was two very tight games.
Yeah, and as you said about 3 previous meetings, each one has been 3 games and it's been very, very close. Both pairs very evenly matched. One interesting thing is when you look at how many tournaments each pair's played. Thai pair, 8 tournaments, Indonesian pair only 4. The Indonesians haven't quite found their form this year. Brilliant, great counter-attack. I do think part of that definitely is obviously down to Fiona Ho's injuries. She's been plagued a little bit this year with some of these frustrating injuries, and it's been so hard for her to get back into it.
Yeah, just as well that Ramadanti was alert there. He stayed in the point probably longer than the Indonesian pair expected them to.
I don't think there's a player on tour that smiles anywhere near as much as Rahayu on court. Brilliant. Great counter-attack, almost lured her in. that's the thing, when you're building the rally, you've then got to be really quick and active onto the next shot. Wardoyo spotted that incredibly well, stepped in, punched into the opposite corner. Fine line there between, I understand the idea of the shot, but trying to stretch the opponents just ends up being a comfortable one. Start of the match would have been safer, just go out again, make the Thailand pair work.
Decision that.
So both pairs here, they're going to have to work very hard in attack. I wouldn't say anyone has massive firepower to get through the other pair, but also both pairs have such a strong defense. Already seen a few rallies from defensive winners. Serve.
Yeah, and it put them in the ascendancy, didn't it, really, for the whole of that rally.
Vision. That's what you'd expect from these pairs, the longer rallies, just because it's a little bit cooler in here today, so the conditions are just a bit slower. So the chance of anyone getting through easily and quickly is highly unlikely.
That was about one of the first really lengthy exchanges we've had, actually.
Yeah, I think we're going to see more and more of that, though. 7 minutes in, 7-6.
Half a chance, that.
Definitely, and she was in such a good position. She countered so well, and then she got what she wanted, which was that opportunity to then put more pressure on. You can see here, steps in, keeps it flat, and it's even coming slightly upwards to her. Just slightly snatched at it. She just wanted to keep it flat, keep the shuttle coming up.
A lovely little touch from Ramadanti.
Very good rally from Ramadanti all around there. Great interception there. Steps back in, takes it early. Good stop off.
Well, the chair umpire is going to ask Hawkeye just to check whether that serve was short or not.
I think that's totally the right thing to do because I have no idea how the umpire can see in that situation. Junkelfon was directly in front of her, I think.
Fine.
Fantastic serve.
Probably guessed that from Raho's reaction, but you never quite know until you see the Hawkeye.
I think Ramadanti's been played pretty well so far. She hasn't really put a foot wrong. Brilliant attack. Really well placed. Came from a short lift. Just good pressure. You see there's a big gap there. Didn't quite have to be as accurate as that, but
pressure told in the end.
Yep. And before that shot from Raho, I was thinking how well the Indonesians were defending because they were moving the shuttle around so well. But you're right, it's the relentless pressure. And the pair from Thailand eventually get through.
So 3 points in a row. They've levelled up now, the Thais.
A nice little bit of variation on the serve, just slightly wider. That's the thing about variation. All coaches will obviously talk about it. It doesn't have to be extreme variation. A small amount of variation sometimes can be enough.
Wow, excellent finish to the first half of the opening game from the Thai pair. They lead the mid-game break.
You can see it here in a second. The overhead attack is just a bit too flat, too central. It's onto rackets. Needs a bit more of an angle.
Jadi bola itu banyak poin itu buat ngebuang sendiri dari kamu salah posisi. Tadi lanjutin ya. Ya, siap. Ada naruhnya aja Kak, maju aja aja. Jarang dia yang buka gitu tadi kan kayak ditenahin. Iya. Ditenahin baru buka lagi satu. Iya. Konsernya dari awal.
I looked into some of the results from the pair from Thailand, their 4 first rounds, which on paper obviously looks quite poor from them just because they're such a good pair. But when you look in a bit more detail, 2 of them went to Shida Matiyama, 1 Chen Kun Chen and Jia Fan, and then the other one they got injured. So of those 4 results, none of them are actually a bad result as such, just 3 bad draws and an unfortunate situation where they're injured. We've seen so far already today that they're playing to a high level. Quite move into it. Let that one come to her. Careful when you do attack middle. If it's not quite accurate enough, it can put you in big trouble. You can see how flat that is. Ramadanti to counter that. Good pressure isn't that difficult.
Well, phenomenal defence from the Indonesian pair. They were under so much pressure in that rally. Always come up with a response.
placement there. You can see Ramadanti's spotted really well. The window wasn't quite ready.
It does seem at times to be almost non-stop defending from Wardoyo and Ramadanti.
Big thing there is just too short. You can see almost half court. So much easier to find that accuracy when the shuttle is shorter. Also, obviously, the short distance, the shuttle doesn't slow down as much on the power as well. Fortunate, string went. These all players have their rackets so tight that when a string does go, it really does change the whole kind of balance of the racket. So hard to control the shuttle. A little bit of fortune on the net court there. Wow, very good return of serve. Read that perfectly.
So quick to spot that opportunity, Ramadanti.
Saw the slightly out wide serve earlier. Junkelvan. This time it was read really well by Ramadanti.
Missed it. Did all the hard work, didn't they? They worked that rally. They were in complete command of it. And a pretty simple shot went a long way wide.
They had the attack for so much of that rally, and that's a brilliant drop shot there. I'm not totally sure what happened. She's not really off balance. It's a short lift.
.58 shot exchange. And while you were watching that replay, I can tell you that Wardoyo was in deep conversation with the coach in the corner.
18, 17.
And Jan, very good player himself. Spent a bit of his time in England as a player. masterclass there from the Indonesians in counter-attacking, soaking up your opponent. And when they get the opportunity, very clever.
I mean, they seem happy to give the ascendancy to their opponents in virtually every rally now.
Wardoyo does smile on court. It really does light up the whole court. She has such a powerful smile. Brilliant. Spotted the gap so well.
The rally's getting longer, and the Indonesians lead a little larger, to the extent they've earned themselves 3 game points to take the opener.
Guarding experience on the court. Ramadanti, the youngest player and the least experienced overall, but putting in an incredible performance. And she's been as high as 4 in the world, but still, in a team event like this, she doesn't have a lot of experience, but today she's played very well so far.
So here we go, 3 game points for Indonesia. Just needed 1. So 21-17. Wardoyo and Ramadanti continue Indonesia's excellent start to this tie. Already 1 match up after Tunjung's victory over Intanon. They lead now in the doubles. 1 game to left.
Brilliant. Very strong start from the Indonesians in the second game. Ramadanti carrying on from the high level that she produced in the first game.
Excellent throughout, Ramadanti. Yeah, she just anticipated where Rahayu was going with that for Jongjae.
Yeah, and I think that was a big thing about the first game, how they countered really well, the Indonesian pair, and it was shots like that was going upwards, set slightly different, but they were stepping in so well and they were going cross, and the net player wasn't quite looking off from the Thailand partnership. Got herself into exactly the position that she wanted. Ramadanti. I do think if the Indonesians can keep it tight, see the further throughout the second game we're going to get, it's just going to build the pressure for the pair from Thailand. Already seeing a few more unforced errors than we saw in the first game. Points here are really important for the Thailand pair. They can't allow this lead to grow further.
Just wonder how much losing that opening game has affected them, because they don't look quite as sharp in this second game so far.
Brilliant shot.
And that was better.
Good placement on the attack, but you could see in the replay, Ramadanti's not actually ready in defence. Yeah, she lifts. She's not ready. She's not covering the line, and Racket's not ready. She's got to be further covering the line. It was a good smash, but I wouldn't say it was incredible. Work anywhere near as hard as they did in the first to win some of these points early on in the second.
Yeah, we had quite a few 50-plus shot rallies, didn't we, in the first game, but not too many in the second, and now there's a 4-point gap.
Good angle, and then here, fantastic placement just to the side of the right hip.
As quick as possible, as
solid so far.
Silver medal for Thailand in the Uber Cup 2018, bronze the last two editions. But it's looking a tad worrying from a Thai point of view at the moment in this match and this tie.
A bit of fortune there, but she kind of made it. It was a miss hit, but she was in the right position. She was doing the right thing. Stepped up, took the rally on. Now this lead really has stretched. For interception. Who knows, just a wrong shot.
Immediate challenge from the Indonesians when that was called in. Decided to leave it very early. Some of these line calls are just ridiculous, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that could have been any closer.
Incredible from the line judge to spot. The call could just clipped a fraction of the line.
Really good. We haven't seen enough of that in the second game. Here, really aggressive in the mid-court, coming forward, keeping the pressure on. Great rally. Right back in it. Rayu there, just wanted to break up the play, asking to change the shuttle. Just slow things down a little bit. This is a good run from pair from Thailand.
It's well wide.
Yep. The run continues.
Fine margins, isn't it? That challenge that the Indonesians had that been out, would have been 10-5, and
yep.
You know, you kind of got 1 foot into the victory, but as it is, right back in the melting pot now. Well, you sense the Indonesians needed that.
10-8. Yeah, I think it was 9-3. And as you said, you know, that shot that the Indonesians challenged, it was what it was, like a millimetre or 2 millimetres. It was that close, but
yeah.
This is the thing, at the very highest level, it is a case of very small percentages make the difference. When you're talking maybe 200 in the world or 250 in the world, yeah, it's much bigger differences and much bigger jumps you can make as a player. But in training, these 4 players will just be looking for a 1% or a 2% improvement. Great defense.
She meant that. 2-point lead at the interval.
Perfect.
Almost pure reaction, that, wasn't it, from Rahayu? Very close to steering it onto the line. Mood of the match has changed a little, hasn't it? Because in the first game, a lot of the time, it was the Thai pair that were on the offensive. Now it's kind of switched a little bit.
And I do feel when the Indonesians are getting the attack, they are a little bit more dangerous. Again, good placement. Awkward. Just above the right hip. Brilliant. Good serve, and then really sharp on the third shot. Body language now. Pair from Thailand looking just a little bit more negative. They're starting to doubt themselves. Indecisions now. Shot selection choices. One weren't sure if it's going in or out, then whose was it? That's what happens just as you become a little bit more nervous, become a little bit more negative. Start to doubt all the decisions, all the choices that you have to make.
just about got it on the line, I think.
Didn't know if we were going to see a challenge there.
11-15.
Got to be careful, the Indonesians going through the middle when it's going upwards.
They are ready.
Replay showed it was good.
Just missed it. I thought she had it. Nearly brilliant, because that's where the gap was. Could have been on the inside of the inside tram line and it would have been fine. It's a big gap there. Just missed it.
Come here.
You see any yellow card if time delay?
So Kitty Herakul shown a yellow. She had warned her, actually, the chair umpire, so can't complain too much, I don't think. Rather a tame end. Not that they minded.
I do feel a lot of the longer rallies in the second game have gone for the Indonesians. Just keep this kind of nose above water and just keep this lead. We have played well today, the Indonesians. Look at some of their performances this year, and the only bigger result will be the semi-final of the Swiss Open. They actually did lose to their teammates, who we're going to see, or possibly see later, Meyasari and Sugiarto. From the Indonesians there. It's been a solid performance so far. I feel like Thailand pair now are just coming unstuck slightly. Say that. Great rally. Rawinda.
Just place that into the open court.
Yeah, it was good pressure. Steps up. Under their shot quality, she knows, just wasn't quite good enough. It just floated.
And again.
I feel like it's now or never for the pair from Thailand. Could Indonesia go 2-0 up in this tie?
Massive pressure on Katethong if they do. He's next up in the singles for Thailand.
Good serve, good bit of variation there.
So 7 match points for Rahim and Ramadanti for a 2-love lead in the tie. Well, they've been medalists for the last 3 editions, Thailand, but they are hanging on here desperately because they're 2-love down now in the tie. Excellent performance from Rahim and Ramadanti, who win in straight games in 50 minutes. Maybe a match that threatened to be closer than it eventually was. They just seem to get stronger and stronger, Chris, the Indonesians, as the match wore on.
Yeah, and especially Ramadanti. Wow, what a performance she put in there. She was pretty much flawless throughout the match.
21-14.
Big performance from the Indonesians there. 2-0 to Indonesia.
They're 1 match away from a place in the semis. I think probably Keti Harakul and Prajongjai would accept they weren't quite at their best, particularly in the second game. That was the final point. She's a character. Part-time drummer as well as full-time badminton player. We saw that yesterday. 21-17, 21-14. 52 minutes was the official match time. So all the pressure is now on Supanida Katethong, who has to win to extend this tie. Esther Wardoyo will be trying to get Indonesia into the semis. That's next. Well, a warm welcome back to Chengdu. This is the Wuhu Memorial Temple, which was originally built in the 2nd century, and then they rebuilt it about 350 years ago. It's the only combined memorial temple for both a king and a prime minister. King Liu Bei who reigned from 221 to 263 AD. So, in the hall here, it's 2-love to Indonesia, and it's all down to Supanita Katethong to keep Thailand's hopes alive. The only good news, well, there may be more than one bit of good news, but she does have a 1-love head-to-head, and that one match was a very convincing victory, albeit, if you were with us yesterday, Esther Wardoyo was very, very good. A couple of days ago, actually. Wardoyo nearly took down Ahori, and Ahori was ranked, I think, 11 or 12, whereas Katethong is 16. So you certainly wouldn't rule out Wardoyo taking the Indonesians to victory here. We were pretty impressed with her, Chris, even though she lost in that match against Japan.
Yeah, I was incredibly impressed. I mean, she lost by such a fine margin. She could easily have won that game. You know, she was visibly upset after the game just because of how passionate she is, obviously representing her country. But today, although the last meeting, as you said, was quite one-sided, I don't think it's going to be today. You know, all the pressure in this match is on Thailand, and could we see another big upset?
Well, there is that one meeting. There you see it, 21-7, 21-11. It was in the Australian Open last August. It lasted 36 minutes, that match. But when you're only 19, as Wardoyo is, well, she was actually only 18 then, the rate of progression and improvement obviously is pretty rapid. Whether she's come on sufficiently to take down Katethong, we will see very shortly. Very solid player, the Thai. We will concentrate on Esther Wardoyo first. There was a mention, is just 19 years of age, and she's already ranked inside the top 40. Older brother Chico's an international player, and she only made her first World Tour appearance at Orleans in the Masters there in March. Lost in the second round, but you go back a little bit, she's a World Junior Championship bronze medalist. That was in 2022. There's that match against Ayo Ahori. Lost 21-18 in the third. Won the other two. Won a couple of international events as well as Wardoyo. As we look at Katethong, whose high ranking is 14. That was at the back end of last year. She's been part of the Thailand Uber Cup team for a little while. She got bronze medals from the last two editions. And she, rather like Wardoyo, was a young developer. She won her first title at 17. That was a Singapore International. There are her matches this week. Hasn't dropped a game. First World Tour title came at the US Open last year. And she made semis at the Indian Open and the Thai Masters. And this year she's got to 2 finals as well, lost in both of them, Thai Masters and Spain Masters. But Indonesia on the brink here with a 2-love lead in this tie. And if Wardoyo makes a good start, the pressure is really going to be on Katethong. It's on anyway. Sun Gang is in the chair from China, and Bert van Hoerenbeek of Belgium is the service judge.
on my left, Thailand, represented by Supanida Katethong. Thailand to serve, level, play.
So Katethong will get this third match of the tie underway. One thing we saw from Wardoyo in the match against Tori, she's very attacking, and she started off in exactly the same vein.
Yeah, I think it's going to be so interesting to see, because I was so impressed in her previous match against Japan. Was that a level above her normal level, or can she maintain that? And that's what's going to be interesting today. She can play at a similar level. She has a great chance of winning. Really impressive start from Supanida Katethong so far. She could easily have come out here a bit nervous, a bit edgy, and have been a little bit hesitant with her movement, and not at all.
Yeah, and a few errors from her opponent will help calm the nerves also. That's 5 points, sorry, 4 points in a row it was, wasn't it, for Katethong before that?
A bit of magic on that net shot. Yet as such. so well to stay in that rally early on. Space that Katethong had, just getting pulled back.
Well, she showed in that match against Ahuri, Wardoyo, that she's no respecter of reputation. It's not going to faze her that she's behind early in the match.
Wow, incredible backhand.
Made to look stupidly easy as well.
She's late and kind of in trouble there, but the quality of her backhand was just exceptional. Exceptional net. Long, long way out.
Was a terrific touch, wasn't it? And again.
And, you know, to think they played each other around 8 months ago at the Australian Open, and it was 7-11, which obviously is incredibly comfortable. Now, either it was a bit of a freak performance, as in Wardoyo maybe didn't perform to her level, or she has improved so much in that time frame. Just missed it. There's no doubt about it, this is a competitive game. This is definitely not very one-sided like their previous encounter.
She's annoyed with herself because she had the upper hand for most of that rally. I do think, though, just going back to the point you just made, Chris, that in the learning curve, when you're her age, just almost by the match, especially when you play top-class players, even that game against Ahuri a few days ago.
Yeah, it's the exposure kind of in regards to experience, playing more tournaments, playing a wider variety of players. We did see it in a previous match against Ahuri. Like, there's no doubt about it, she's a good player. How good she'll get is the big question.
Well, there's no doubt about it. Katethong knows she's in a match here.
And the other unique thing, obviously, about a team event like this, Wardoyo did lose against Ohori. Obviously, in a normal tournament, you're out. You can't play another match. But here, obviously, she's back in. It's a team event. You get another chance. And brilliant for her to get even more experience again against a world-class player. Katethong, ranked 16 in the world.
Having to use all of her experience at the moment, Katethong, to keep her nose in front. Another beautiful shot.
Service over, 11-12.
There've been a few unforced errors from Wardoyo so far, but also several excellent winners like that one. Could have come back, it didn't. And she's back on terms again, the teenager. Well, give with one hand and take with the other.
Service over, 13-12. That's it. Check the point. Thank you. Service over, 13-14.
Doesn't make too many unforced errors, Katethong, but Wardoyo's already shown that she can certainly hurt her. Pressure really on the tie with country 2 love down. That'll help a little bit.
Good pressure there. Katethong there. Pusher in the corner, stepped up. Just an aggressive push at the body. Wardoyo, when she's coming back in, not quite ready for the speed. And the shuttle. It. And every time that Katethong seems to pull away, Wardoyo has an answer.
Good net, wasn't it, from Katethong? Wasn't the worst lift in the world, but the tie was onto it very quickly with the overhead.
Good net there, set the rally up. I think she's got that. Wardoyo just needs to push it into court.
Well, that was an error, but she's going to challenge it.
Oh, this is close.
Was it wide, or did it clip the line?
Ooh.
So for the first time, a 3-point lead, and at a very valuable stage of this game as well. Perfectly placed. Just keeps her in touch.
And again, another really good rally. And in his 8 months, if Wardoyo continues to improve in the same manner, it's not going to be long before she's easily top 20 in the world. Still so young at 19 years old.
Wrong-footing shot from Katethong.
You see here how well Katethong reads this. Takes it so early.
Put that wide. That was a gift.
Yeah, I think it just about has enough spin on to make it difficult. Maybe not. Yeah, I think she did start to move back, Katethong, but shouldn't really miss that one.
19-15 would have surely been pretty much game over. there have been just maybe too few or a few too many unforced errors from the teenager. But such valuable match experience against top 20 players in this tournament for her. It's wide. It's going to set up game points for the tie.
20, game point, 16. Service over, 17, 20.
Well, that's two saved.
18, 20.
Wow, how's your heart rate now? Sudirman Katethong, 3 game points saved, 1 left. And that was a nervy little shot.
And what are we going to see here? We're going to see greater speed, almost full-out attack. More of a more composed, calm rally from Sudirman Katethong.
That's well out. And she gets over the line, 21-19 in the opener.
21-19.
Doing what she has to do, Katethong, to keep her country in the Uber Cup. 1-love.
You backhand shift also again. You put back shift cross turn, put back cross turn, ready for it. Cross turn also okay ka? Here, confident as straight up.
Second game, level play. Service over.
She did that on the first point of the first game. And that was actually the only time in that opening game that Wardoyo led, and she still only lost the game 21-19.
Plum on the line.
Service over. 1-all.
On the line again.
3-1. Service over. 2-3.
Well, that's 3 errors of judgment, I think, already in this game from
Service over.
Wardoyo.
4-3. Service over. 4-all.
When the shuttle spinning as much as that, it's so hard to play net off net. Generally, someone will lift away. Wow.
Couple of errors.
Unfortunate there.
Yeah.
They touched a good net shot, and then she got the shorter lift, but then the attack was a bit... didn't really do much to hurt Katethong, and then she got herself, Katethong did, into a really good position.
Service over. 5-all. Service over.
Absolutely superb from the teenager.
tournaments like this can really help kind of push a young player even further, giving her the exposure at this level against these opponents, and also on one of the biggest scenes in the world. Just jump starts your career.
Brought Katethong in and then left her helpless. Well, we can hear the Indonesians again. And the Thais trying to encourage Katethong, who's just going through a bit of a sticky period here. Not sure whether Katethong expected this kind of a response from Wardoyo after she won the opening game, albeit that she kind of semi-crawled over the line at the end, winning it on the 4th of 4 game points. But Wardoyo here has given her serious food for thought.
It's the right shot.
6-9.
Pushed it a little bit too wide.
What a rally this is. Well, stunning from both women.
Brilliant rally. Badminton of the highest caliber. So many twists and turns in that rally of who was in control of the rally.
Well, she got the serious run around there, didn't she, Katethong?
Yeah, Wardoyo played the rally so well. Twist, turned, stretch Katethong at every single point, every single shot. You can see Katethong's in big trouble and absolute perfection on the line.
Well, this is a healthy lead she has, Wardoyo. 11-7, the mid-game interval.
บางทีเคลียร์เข้ากลางได้เคลียร์1รอ2เข้าใจไหมอย่ารีบเคลียร์1รอ2เคลียร์1แล้วรอ2เข้าใจปะข้างหน้ากล้าคอนโทรลพอคอนโทรลเสร็จหาจังหวะบุกโอเคนะ
11-7. Fight.
Well, apart from winning the first point of the first game, she didn't lead at all in that opener, Wardoyo, but now giving herself a good chance if she can hold on over in the second half of this second game. Made it.
Whatever happens in this match, if she does end up losing or if she wins, whatever, the difference in how her first encounter went, when she obviously lost very comfortably 7-11 to this, is light years apart.
Absolutely bang on the junction of sideline and back line from Wardoyo. She looks rattled, Katethong, no question. At the moment, the 19-year-old well on top.
Wow.
It's almost exhibition shots at times.
Yep. And it is amazing seeing some of these younger Indonesian lady singles players, how lady singles is totally changing in Indonesia. Obviously, Gregoria Tunjung leading that charge. New generation. Here's one of those things when a player from a nation starts to have some phenomenal results, gives the whole of the rest of the squad that extra bit of belief.
Too much power for Katethong to deal with.
No doubt about it now. Katethong, she is rattled.
I mean, to be honest, even in the first game, where Katethong, played reasonably well, but there were a lot of unforced errors from Wardoyo. If you took those out, could make an argument that she was a tad unlucky that she didn't win it. That's long.
Service over 9-15.
Important time now for Wardoyo. She can't allow Katethong any run, any momentum now to get back into the match.
It's a test of concentration, isn't it, for her? Would never have been in this position against a player ranked so much higher than her. Healthy lead in the second game, but as we know, momentum's everything. Leads can disappear quickly.
Really important 3-point run now, Katethong.
Light.
Suddenly got a new lease of life.
The thing, it only takes one rally, maybe two rallies to almost change the momentum, the dynamic of a game. Definitely had that here. Wardoyo did look in control. 15-8 up, now 15-12.
that's a bonus for Wardoyo.
There's such a fine line there between applying the pressure because you can, or have the shuttle dip just enough that you've just got to turn it. Continue working the rally further.
Oh, I would challenge that too. That is mighty close. If it's in, it's clipped the line. But certainly you can understand why she raised her arm straight away. And she's asked Hawkeye to have a look. Didn't just clip.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. Service over 13-16.
Massive difference between the score as it is and 17-12 as it would have been. So still in there fighting the tie here. Everything's shifted, hasn't it?
Yep. And it all stemmed from those first few points when it was 15-8. Probably 2 or 3 rallies. 1 or 2 easier mistakes from Wardoyo, one or 2 good rallies from Katethong, and then the whole dynamic of this second game has totally transformed. Of the last 8 points, 7 of them have gone to Katethong. That's how much it's been a momentum shift.
Light.
Wild. And Katethong from 15-8 down has levelled.
So this is now the experience to be able to settle down again for Wardoyo. Just forced that. Very quick on the return of serve. Great return of serve, and she had a half opportunity. Just forced it. But she hasn't experienced this many times before. Big lead. Almost then evaporates in front of her.
Wasn't missing those kind of shots earlier in the game, was she?
And again, a fairly comfortable point. Katethong.
front. And suddenly, somehow, in charge here.
The big thing now for Wardoyo is you start to almost panic. You start to think, how can I win a point? You know, I'm not really winning any points. The game's changed. I had a reasonable lead at 15-8, and now all of a sudden I'm 18-17 down. You start to second-guess yourself. You doubt yourself. You become uncertain which shot to play. Brilliant.
It's almost like a limbo contest. Who could go lower at the net?
Both players holding the net well. That was so important because obviously 18-all and 19-17, totally different dynamic. Wow.
Back in the groove, maybe.
As silly as it sounds, it can take 1 point just to settle you down. Points you won before that was quite an impressive point, and then again, just the brilliance. Attacking prowess. We saw a lot of that from her teammate, Gregoria Tunjung, earlier on in the tie. So good, given half a chance overhead.
362 kilometers an hour, that shot. Fantastic. Under real pressure, and she's got a couple of points here to level the match. Super shot from Katethong.
Yeah, we're in a point now in the match, these last few rallies, where it's just brilliance. Brilliant shots from both players just shining through. What is this rally going to have in store for us?
So the second game point, this one on the Katethong serve. And for a player of her experience, that's extraordinary. So 21-19, Wardoyo levels, and Indonesia now are within a game of a place in the semis, 1-1.
โจมตีฝั่งโอเวอร์เฮดเขาบ้างแล้วค่อยไปโฟร์แฮนด์โอเคนะ
Short serves, you don't lift the back, block. You lift the back, she knows already down. Sometimes hold block, okay, not just lift the back. Therefore, you can use the first attack, no problem.
หน้าแบ็คเมย์ใช่ไหมเขาเปิดอย่างนี้ที่เมย์เลี้ยวเพราะเขาอยากขึ้นโปรไงเข้าใจป่ะเลี้ยวเลยไปหน้าโปรเขาเลยใช่ไหมแต่ที่สำคัญขอรายละเอียดก่อนใช้ความเที่ยวเข้าใจนะให้มันกดดันเอง
สู้ๆต่อเลย
Final game. Love all. Play.
So here we go then with the decider. Katethong has to win it to keep Thailand's hopes alive. Well, Katethong was going backwards. Wardoyo just literally eased the shuttle over the net. Well, give Wardoyo huge credit the way she reacted to that net cord, middle of that rally.
Very calm and composed finish as well.
I think it's going to be all about nerve, Chris, it's decider.
Yeah, that's an error you wouldn't expect. Above tape in a good position, but that's where sometimes you just try and play it a bit too tight.
Just wonder if that service error, final point of the second game, is still playing on her mind a little bit. Probably experienced enough to put it behind her. 3-all.
When you look at how young the Indonesia team is, it's amazing the performances that we've seen so far, not just in this match, but throughout the tournament. Very close encounter with Japan in the group stage.
Well, the opportunity was there. She missed by a fair way.
Yeah, and you know, she worked the rally very well. She had the opening that she desired, that she needed, then just forced it a fraction too wide. And this is, that's what happens when you feel the pressure. Everything becomes a little bit more complicated.
Well, pressure on both of them out there. Obviously, Katethong to keep Thailand in it. Wardoyo, potentially, to get them into the semis. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Didn't matter in the end.
In that situation, when you hear your opponent's string go, especially in singles, I mean, for Wardoyo to have been dangerous in that rally with her string going is almost impossible. So Katethong just played a rally out. You don't even have to hit a good shot, just almost rally.
More like it.
Yeah. Biggest thing is when you do feel pressure and you do feel stressed is clearing your mind. Put the last rally behind you and just focus on the next one. Can't overthink things or think too many different things because your mind gets clouded. Judgment also. So integral to have a clear mind for shot selection. Levels higher now. Performance here that we're seeing from Wardoyo, 19-year-old, ranked 38 in the world. If she continues this sort of form, there's no way that she's going to stay at 38 in the world. Going to be a lot higher than that.
She's getting the breaks as well.
Just a little bit of fortune at exactly the right time.
Different reactions with net cords. Wardoyo is a fist bump, whereas Katethong holds her hand up in apology. Made that too.
Wow. For Wardoyo is to just stay calm and keep playing the way she's playing. She doesn't need to improve her game at all.
And we saw what happened in the previous game when 15-8 became 16-all, albeit she did manage to just about get over the line.
I think we've just had a medic called on by Katethong.
Yeah.
Not exactly sure why. Taping maybe of some sort.
Tell you what, there's more tape here this week than you'd see at an average hospital. So many players have got, like, trying to protect little areas, and obviously the Olympics is looming in the distance.
We just got some freeze spray on the back, I think.
Probably that little break came at the wrong time for Wardoyo, just on a bit of a roll. another very fortuitous net cord.
Yeah, from Wardoyo again though, sublime. You know, she played for it, played for the net cord and got it. Great shot.
Yeah, it's a brave riposte from Katethong.
The good thing though about this game, you know, just for the average spectator, is the quality of the last 5-6 rallies. It's just brilliant. That's kind of shining through to end the rallies. And again, slightly short-lived, but Katethong have worked the rally to get the opportunity.
Yeah, almost like she's saying to Wardoyo, don't think I've given this up.
This is the drama of a team event. Missed it.
Yeah, by a big way, big margin. Still absolutely anyone's, this decider. Wardoyo now trying to get into the interval with a 3-point lead.
Great defense.
She does though, 11-8 it is. Katethong under huge pressure when they come back in a minute's time. Could be coming up the biggest 10 or 15 minutes of Esther Wardoyo's career. She can hold it together. And that's a good start.
Wow. And just give people a perspective, obviously the ranking difference of 38 for Wardoyo and 16 for Katethong, but then points difference. We're talking around 20,000 points difference between the two players. There's no way watching this you'd think that.
Yeah, I think she just tried to hit it too hard. Flew off the racket.
Almost too easy. Too long to think about the shot.
Katethong certainly won't make it easy for her. You're not in the top 20 in the world for nothing. Just think of the pressure she's got on her shoulders, though, trying to keep her country in this competition.
Just missed it.
That's just incredible shot. It just goes to what you were saying, Chris. 38 in the world is not a true reflection of Esther Wardoyo's ability. Surely she's going to be a top 10 player, maybe inside a year, 18 months.
I mean, she definitely should be. You know, she's played consistently throughout this tournament so far, both her matches to top 20 level. The only big question is, can she see out this match?
Long way to go. Saw how she capitulated in the second game, nearly lost it. I don't think Wardoyo did much wrong in that point. Almost asked Katethong to play the aggressor, and Katethong, to her credit, did. Another stunner.
Yeah, shot quality wasn't quite good enough from Wardoyo there. Fairly comfortable cross block, but really good cross block. Katethong. Great defense.
Wouldn't be denied. And she's back within one.
Wardoyo got everything in that rally. 69 minutes gone. 13, 14. Absolutely nothing really between the two players. Oh no. I think here Wardoyo's calling on the doctor. Really hope it's nothing serious.
Well, that's not good. I don't know if she did something at that last point when she went tumbling, or she's cramping up a little.
Physical side of things will definitely be playing a massive part now, just because also the emotion, the nerves, the tension drains you even that bit more, a little bit more. After this quite long break now, it's so important, both players. This next point, every point is so crucial now in this match. So integral after such a long break that you are concentrating.
She did that, didn't she? It was the last point of the second game.
Sometimes there's too many thoughts going through your head. You're overthinking. You're thinking, you know, the 6th or 7th shot of the rally. What a gift that is at this time of the match.
Just get the feeling though that for Wardoyo, 6 points seems like a very long way away.
Just sneaked out. It does feel like now every point is worth 2. Feel the tension growing.
Crowd can feel it as well. Well, she put absolutely everything into that Wardoyo. Just proved too much for Katethong.
You could see as the rally was going on, Wardoyo was fighting physically to get through that point. There's no doubt about it. After 73 minutes, the physical side of it is getting to her slightly. She can almost see the finish line.
You see what it did to her, that rally. I think if Katethong has seen that, she might be able to exploit it a little bit. Try and get her opponent do maximum amount of running. We'll see, as Katethong looks physically fine. Yeah, she had to play that.
Brilliant.
She had to play it, and Wardoyo's down again. It's never getting to it.
There's no doubt about it. Physically, I think Katethong, she's played games like this before, very high intensity, very high level for a long duration, whereas Wardoyo, this is possibly a new experience. Physically, can she handle it? Can she cope?
She might be 17-14 up, but she is really struggling physically here. Match time, 1 hour and 13.
95% of this match has been brilliant. Earlier on in that rally, there were 2 shots, possibly 1 each, that were maybe going out, but can you take that risk? If you're not 100% sure, you've got to play it at this time of the match.
She knows, Katethong, that her opponent is really struggling.
Yeah, and Katethong, she's working the rally, waiting for opportunity, being very calm and composed. She's not trying anything too extreme. She's just trying to outmaneuver her opponent and then wait for her chance. It's hard for Wardoyo because she hasn't quite got that change of pace, that extra speed. Does come a little bit with experience, but you've got to try and hide when you are quite as fatigued as she is, just because it allows your opponent to grow and become more confident.
Yeah, you just feel Katethong needs to keep the shuttle in play.
Great pickup.
Oh, absolutely astonishing. One more point for Wardoyo, but boy, she had to earn it.
The thing is, you know, the difference in speed now between the two players, definitely say Katethong obviously moving quicker, looking more comfortable.
A grimace and a fist pump.
Such a mental battle as well for Wardoyo to push through that. You can see maybe she's even cramping up. She's really struggling physically. She's got absolutely nothing left. She's got to keep pushing right at the end of the match, the integral part. She's worked so hard for 77 minutes. She's taking longer and longer and longer between points. And patient. It's obvious for her that her opponent is struggling physically. Some of the training that we do as athletes, and it's horrible, but it pushes you, because when you're in this position, the most integral thing is the mental belief. You've got to push through that pain barrier and keep going. It comes from in training.
18 all. Katethong's match to lose from here.
See the frustration building with Wardoyo. You know, in that rally she gave everything. She was very aggressive. It actually kind of possibly over-aggressive and put herself in trouble. The momentum now is with Katethong.
2 points away, Katethong, from keeping Thailand's hopes alive here.
Wardoyo, get ready, Gregoria.
even Katethong couldn't get to that. And she had enough strength to absolutely power it past the tie. What a match this is, what a finale.
Another twist, another turn. Wardoyo was 17-13 up and then 19-18 down, 19-all. What are we going to see in this next rally? Who's going to get the first match point?
She's done it again.
Absolutely brilliant. What a big point this is in the young career of Wardoyo. Could she send Indonesia into the semi-final for the first time since 2010?
It's a match point and a point to win the tie. It looked highly improbable about 3 or 4 minutes ago. What on earth must Katethong be thinking?
There's no doubt about it. We're going to see an aggressive play from Wardoyo.
She's got no choice. Katethong will just be happy to rally. That is the match! It's an astonishing performance from the 19-year-old. Despite the physical issues she was clearly having, Thailand a history in the Uber Cup this year. Indonesia go into the semi-finals. And that is a magnificent win over Sudirman Katethong, who just couldn't deal with the youngster. Brave as well as brilliant. I think she's suffering a little bit as well now, actually, Katethong. Yeah, thumbs up says it all. We saw her in tears a couple of days ago when she lost out narrowly to a Hori. The tears of joy now.
Incredible performance from Indonesia, wow. No one could have predicted that before the match.
She didn't do it from an error. She did it by putting Katethong under pressure, even though she could, well, barely move for the last few minutes of the match.
This year would be very special because we're in the city of Chengdu here. So, what do you feel special about the city? Any interesting stories that you can share with us in this year's Uber Cup?
So she wins an epic 19-21, 21-19, 21-19. In fact, that she came from behind to do it as well. 80+ minutes on court. And there is the confirmation of what is now a result. After victories for Gregoria Tunjung, Rahayu and Ramadanti, and now Esther Wardoyo. 3-love, and Indonesia through to the semis tomorrow. Not that Wardoyo's got much recovery time, truth to tell. So here's how we stand. It's China versus Japan in one semi-final and Indonesia versus Korea in the other. Should be two great matches. They are both tomorrow. That's all we have for you, but a quick reminder that tonight there's more action coming your way in the Thomas Cup. The men, Chinese Taipei take on Denmark, 5 o'clock local time with Jill Clark and Steen Pedersen. For now, though, from myself, Trevor Harris, Chris Langridge, our whole team in Chengdu, see you later. Bye for now.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's competition. Thank you for coming. Please follow the instructions of the staff to exit the venue. When you leave, please recycle. Thank you for your cooperation. See you.
感谢各位技术官员、运动员、教练员、工作人员及志愿者的辛勤工作。我们共同的努力，为现场的观众奉献了一场精彩的比赛。愿各位保持良好的状态，迎接并创造下一个精彩。
All technical officials, players.